Hi everyone! I haven't vlogged in a minute. Uni has been quite overwhelming to say the least, but this weekend we're gonna kind of reset ourselves and we're gonna start out at the plant shop, the plant center actually. I'm at the big store. I'm gonna buy basil and mint and thyme and parsley and all of the herbs. I want to have lavender also. I want to have a completely like witchy herb balcony garden this spring/year, as long as they manage to live. Step 1, garden center, and then we're gonna head to the mall. I need to return something, then I want to not really bookshop but like take a look because I saw some special editions online that I maybe want to get. They're only like €9 each, so it's not really that expensive. And then I also want to look for a few basic but like elevated basic uni outfits, only like two tops maybe. And then the reason that I'm going to the mall besides returning my order is to get boba, because I haven't had boba in such a long time. And today it's not really sunny, but for the past couple of days it's been sunny, and that just put me in the biggest like sit outside, read and have boba. I'm not gonna sit outside and read today, but I am gonna have boba. But first let's head into the plant center. I'm so excited. The plants are secured. Let's head to the mall. My haul is in the back seat, but I'm so happy with everything I got. I tried to pick, as I mentioned, not basic tops, but with like a little bit of a twist. And I think the textures of the two of them, of the black one with the, I'm gonna say stripes, I don't know what it's called, with the stripes, and then the beige one, I think they have very interesting textures. And then the other one that's kind of boat neck but like very high up, also in black, that just has a really nice feel to it, and I think it looks more elegant, and you can probably dress it up also if I have anywhere to go that I need to be dressed up for. And I skipped the bookshop because I forgot my gift card, and I know myself, if I'm gonna go in there and just browse, I'm gonna find something that I want to buy. And I have so many gift cards, so I don't really want to spend my own money, you know. But I did get a boba. It's the first one in forever, as I said. I got strawberry green tea with lychee boba. Lychee, I don't know, my go-to. That's very good. It's very cold. She made it super fresh. I was probably the first customer there because they open at 11 and it's like 11:30ish. It tastes a little bit like mint too, which is just perfect. I'm so happy with everything today. I also ended up getting the black hair clip. I did want a different one, but that looked worse quality but was more expensive, so I obviously didn't get that one. The red one looked so interesting, but I think it was not the right red tone for my hair. But maybe I'll try and see if I can find a different red hair clip, because all of my outfits are basically, as you can tell, black, gray, beige, maybe brown, but that's like a push. So I thought if I wear like a basic outfit, a red hair clip could actually add like a nice pop of color. And whenever I'm at like uni or work or at the photo studio, or whenever I do anything, basically I want my hair out of my face because it bothers me, so a hair clip would be perfect. So I think I've just convinced myself that I need a red hair clip, but I think it would need to be, okay, let's design my perfect hair clip in my head. It's huge, It looks kind of the same way that the one that I picked up today, like the black one with the square thing shape. I think I would want it to be like a burgundy or like a really dark red, and I think I would want it to be shiny. But yeah, so if anybody knows where I can get a dark red shiny huge hair clip from, please let me know. I would greatly appreciate it. And now I'm gonna go home and we're gonna pot the plants. Alright, so I just finished planting. I had to do it off camera because I got overwhelmed, but let me show you the balcony. Here we have all of the herbs and this flower that I got a couple of weeks ago, I think. I spaced them out kind of big because if any of them have any bugs or something, I don't want them to spread immediately. And then over here we have those pretty blue ones. I ran out of soil, so it looks like that. We also have the first bumblebee. I think I blocked its home because there it is. And there, as you can see, this is what a bumblebee nest looks like. And then down here we have a little, it looks like a graveyard, but in here is gonna be mint. I'm gonna show you that in a second. And then we have parsley and coriander, I think, spaced out like that. I also ran out of soil, but I just wanted to have them at least in here with a little bit of water. And here we have the official start of my basil farm for this year. This is one basil supermarket plant and they turned out so nice. Don't really want to expose where I live too much, but they're both double the size that I got from the supermarket, but this in total was like $2, I think. And then over here we have my little mint, what are they called, the propagations. I just basically ripped them out because I just had way too much, like the plant was way too thick and too big for the pot, even for the bigger one, so I just ripped a few of these out and these are going to go into the little basket thing that you saw. I also watered all of them and gave them some plant food and I hope they're gonna thrive. I think right now might actually be the perfect time to start planting all of my herbs because, well, today it's rainy, but it's warmer, not like freezing anymore, but it's not as warm that they like need all of the water they can get yet, and it rains every now and then, so it's like a little bit moist in the air. So I think they're gonna all transfer really well from the little pots to the bigger pots. I had this huge beautiful monstera, but it had some sort of bug on it and I could not save it, so I cut everything down and I started a new plant. It's really heavy because I just watered it, but this is, it basically came just from this little thing that had, not this one, that had no leaves at all whatsoever, and now we already have 3 beautiful leaves, and no, there's no 4th one coming in right now, and the bugs are back again, I think, but I just sprayed it down like yesterday with anti-bug spray. It's not super healthy for the plant because it's a bit... Oh, I also need to get rid of this one. I hate this one. I think it's like a money tree or something. This is my enemy, but it's so big and I don't really want to get rid of it, but I hate it so much because it's so ugly and it's not really dying, but it's like almost dying all the time. Plant update, I guess. I also need to buy more soil specifically for my huge birds of paradise, because it keeps tipping over and I need to plant it further down into the pot, but I don't have enough soil to replant it. I also don't have the nerves or the energy for it right now, but it's tipping over. Let me show you. Like, her leaves are beautiful, but she's just tipping over sideways way too much, and I just need to basically fill it up all the way until here, which is like almost a full hand more. Then it should be straightened up more again. I don't know what happened with this new leaf that it's so short compared to the other ones, but we're gonna save her. I trust her to make it. One last thing I wanted to show you is I finally found the perfect leather jacket. This is, I think, 60 or 70 euros. I am obsessed with the color. It's, I don't know if you can tell, it's like the perfect length. It's not super long and like super baggy, but also not super short. It doesn't look like these classic like H&M I'm 16 and I'm getting my first leather jacket vibes. And it has a gold zipper, which I love because I wear gold jewelry all the time, and I know it doesn't really matter, but sometimes I feel like it can clash if this is like a really bright silver and I wear like these earrings that kind of a brighter gold, and I love it so much. Okay, so that was a little bit overwhelming, all of it. I still have half of my boba, and what I'm gonna do while I drink this is knit my second top. I don't think I've showed you the first top that I knitted. I might have. No, I think I finished it after the first week of uni. I'm gonna show you that later. Maybe I'll wear it. tomorrow book club, but I am making my sister's birthday present. I'll put a picture of the finished top or what it's supposed to look like according to the pattern. I got this super beautiful light blue yarn and I've been knitting for I think 3 days, and oh no, I've been knitting for probably 3 days, and this is how far I've gotten. It is about 80 centimeters circumference. It looks a little bit ruffled up now, but I think it looks so nice. It looks so much like a fabric already, and then this down here is kind of a folded edge situation, so this is what it's gonna end up looking like, not with whatever this is. Also, let me catch up. I haven't vlogged in such a long time because uni has been so overwhelming, because I did get a scholarship, but to be able to keep the scholarship I have to be basically really good and do a pretty much insane amount of classes, and I've been trying to sign up for basically as many classes as I possibly can. Usually like the recommended number of classes is about 10. I'm currently doing 13, and I'm trying to find time to, because all of the finals are split up in 2 different weeks. We have kind of the, I guess, midterm week where my English midterm and my supply chain midterm are, and then a few finals, and then we have, I think, a month or a month and a half later, the final week where all of the actual finals are, and the finals that I didn't already take in my midterm week. That's just what I'm calling it. So I basically have 2 weeks, and both of these weeks are fully booked. There's no more brain capacity or like no more dates that I could possibly fit a final into. So I'm trying to find classes that have finals not in those 2 weeks so that I could possibly like at least attempt to take them. But so far it's not looking very good, so I've been trying to find summer classes. I know this sounds insane and I'm going slightly insane, but it's okay because I want to finish this degree as quickly as possible, because I want to be done. I'm only not even halfway done, but it's okay. We're gonna be done in 1.5 years, I think. I hope. This is for a dog sweater. It's basically the same one that I made for Millie, but for this cute little pug. Her name is Luna. I only have 10 hearts so far, but they're gonna be granny squares all around it. I'm waiting for the yarn for the borders for the granny squares. And then for the same person, I also did my, it's not my signature, obviously somebody else came up with it, but I've made so many of these that I feel like they're my signature bear hat. I usually make them in kid sizes, but this one's an adult size. It looks not good on me because I don't really have a head, but it's so cute. And I also made these little care instructions that just say wash on cold, leave that to dry, but it turned out so nice, and I'm actually gonna give this to the girl that ordered it tomorrow at book club, because of uni and because I was sick in December. I wasn't able to go to any book club meetings since November, and to be honest, I haven't read the book. It's 1 Dark Window and 2 something else, that series. I don't own the book. I didn't even read a summary. I should probably do that tomorrow, but I want to go because I just want to chat to the girlies and have a good time, and I also want to give Luz her hat. I still have not finished or continued reading Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn. I am filming a Throne of Glass reading vlog for like the second half of the series basically, and it's been 2 months I think, and I am nowhere near done. I probably have, I want to say 20% in each of the books left, and then I have Kingdom of Ash, and that's one hefty book. So it's probably gonna take me like half a year to read that series, which is fine. I just haven't really been in a reading mood, and that sounds horrible to say, but I think it's the weather, because in the first week of uni I read a lot because I was sitting outside and I was enjoying my time, but now it's raining all the time, so I can't sit outside. And right now what I'm gonna do is knit and not read because I just want to be doing something. Sorry if this was kind of a lot and kind of thrown at you, but we're just gonna have a little downtime, knit. I'm gonna have the rest of my boba. I also need to pay my, actually let me do a yarn haul. I need to pay the bill that they sent me. It's right out in front of me. I also started a knitting TikTok if you want to follow that. I'll put it up. These are basically all for socks except for this wool that I'm using for the top that I'm making, but I got this nice blue marl, I think, wool, and then we have 3 colors of the same type of yarn, and I think they look so nice together. I think I want to make a sweater out of this type of yarn, but I don't know what color because I think this would suit me, but I already made a pink top. Gray, obviously, always nice. They also, but this one I think would also look so good, and they have so many more colors. I think it's like 20-ish, like 20 plus colors of this specific wool, and it's really nice. It's merino wool, I think. Yeah, 100% merino wool extra fine, and it's so like nice and soft and squishy. And I'm gonna make socks out of these, if I haven't mentioned that already, because I made my first pair of socks a couple weeks ago, and I'm obsessed because you have, after like a day or two, a final product that you can look at. And it's not like with this top where I don't even know what it's gonna look like 3 days in. And I'm gonna make these as Christmas presents. I'm gonna make them now whenever I have time, because I think I'm gonna end up making like 6 or 7 pairs of socks, and I will probably get sick of them after like the 3rd pair. So I'm gonna take a break in my final season and then continue knitting socks over the summertime. Anyways, we are gonna get to knitting now.
Ja, im Prinzip kann man es erstmal so aufteilen. Ich habe es schon mal vorgeschlagen.
Good morning. I'm having a little bit of a later start today. It is currently 10:30. I stayed up a little bit too long last night with my friends, and I think I just really needed kind of a reset, which is perfect because this is what this video is supposed to be. I put in my new hair clip and it holds everything very comfortably, so that's great, because the other one that I have left from all the ones, usually with hair clips you like buy a bunch and then you kind of lose them or they break. These ones don't break, but they are really sharp, so they kind of hurt. Anyways, I woke up this morning, the sun is shining, and I saw that the first bird came to my bird feeding station that I set up. Now I just need to wait for the vine to grow again so I can put the little birdhouse up on the vine, which is gonna be super exciting. Usually they're like tiny little birds, but today it's a big black and white bird. It's that type of bird that I was scared as a kid was gonna steal my jewelry. I didn't have any jewelry, but those, I don't really know what they're called. I am having lunch outside for the first time this season, this spring. There's one bird going to town, but I love it here. All of my plants are out. I'm gonna water them in a little bit because I think that some of the freshly bought plants might need a little bit more water. This is what I'm having. It's fresh tomatoes and falafel, potatoes and carrots, kind of a roasted situation. I'm gonna put some sour cream on it as a little topping. I'm having the best time. It's so nice today. And I'm so excited because I have a shoot a little later today and the weather is just perfect. And after that I have book club. The only thing, oh, it's just a fly. I thought it was the bumblebee again. The only thing that I need to do that's not super fun today is I lost my bracelet, the other one that I have on this hand, and I think I might have lost it on my last shoot at the park. So between my shoot and book club I want to drive to the park and see if I can find it there. I think I know what area it was in, kind of, but it's kind of a small thin bracelet and I might have lost it like in the grass, so I don't really know where to look, but that kind of. So we also need to do that. Oh, it's so nice. Oh, there's the bumblebee. It just goes right into our window. That's so cool. I could like close that nest, but I don't want to because I think bumblebees are like so cute. I don't want to take her home away.
So many beautiful, tiny little conversations with people. The other day I got in the lift and it was a man, and so I was kind of like, I kind of hate men until they prove that I shouldn't hate them.
I feel whole again. I actually found my bracelet. I did not believe that I was gonna find it because there's so much more, so many more that these thing on the ground. But I'm so happy. It's not like an actual like special bracelet. It also wasn't super expensive or anything, but I love this bracelet more than anything because this little dainty one, I don't know if you can see this one, my boyfriend got me this one, and I think these two in combination look really nice together. Which also reminds me, I wanted to get, this is like a forever bracelet type thing, and I wanted to get charms on it, a little M for my late dog and a little stone. Either, well, I guess I can't get my birthstone because my birthstone is a diamond, but like maybe a clear one that kind of looks like a diamond, or a brown one simulating my dog's fur, or something else. I don't really know. So happy that I found it again. I think the people walking their dogs were thinking that I might be a little bit crazy because I was just like standing there staring at the ground before I figured out that I would probably have to move the leaves around, and that's how I found it. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy. I feel whole again. Also, I think this jacket makes any outfit and me honestly look so cool. Like, this is not a personality. I am not a cool person, but this jacket is making me cool, you know? Anyways, I now need to drive to my shoot, which is half an hour away. It works perfectly because I found the bracelet way quicker than I thought it would. It took me like 2 minutes. So we're gonna drive there. If I end up being a bit early, I brought my knitting stuff. I also am probably gonna be a little bit early for book club, so again, I brought my knitting stuff. I'm gonna be working on my sister's top. To be honest, I didn't even read the book club book because I think I mentioned this already, I did not have any time at all. And it's a 2-part series, 1 Dark Window and 2 Twisted Crowns, I think. But okay, well, it doesn't really matter what my hair looks like right now, but it's at the length that it gets stuck on the seat when I'm driving, and I don't like it and it irritates me. I'm also thinking about cutting my hair, not like super short, maybe like this much off of it so it's healthy again. But also it's doing pretty good. I think it is healthy. I just wanted to maybe look a little bit fuller, and also I maybe want to color it dark again. Right now it's like this part probably is my natural hair color, and then it gets like a tiny bit darker. I would love for it to be darker but with a little bit of dimension, but that means I would need to go to an expensive hairdresser to actually make it look good. So maybe that'll be my birthday present to myself. But also I wanted to have the charms as a birthday present for myself, and both are probably gonna be a little bit much for a little birthday present to myself. Anyways, we're gonna head to the shoot now. The shoot went great. I don't know if you can tell, we were at kind of an urban location, which is very different from me because I'm very used to working in the studio now, but today it was perfect. Next right, there were teenage boys and I'm scared of teenagers. The shoot went great. It was really interesting and nice to be outside and shooting outside again and using the light differently, because in the studio obviously I make it perfect for every single shot, but here you have to kind of work with it, and it was really fun. I am a little bit early for book club now. I'm gonna drive there anyways because I need to park, I need to pay in this parking garage, and there I can probably find a free parking spot. So I'm gonna drive there, sit in the car and knit for a bit, and then we're gonna head to book club. It was so fun. What I wanted to mention before is we didn't shoot with that graffiti thing, we just shot with the other side of the parking garage that was like kind of aesthetic. So that's what I was actually gonna do. I think this is kind of the best. Very basic, very minimal makeup. And I'm gonna be so sad when it's like the Clinique Black Honey thing. When it's out, I'm gonna have to buy a new one, but they're kind of expensive. But I use it almost every single day. When I'm outside of the house, I use this because it just looks put together a little bit. Right now, I'm also a little bit red because I'm cold, but overall, it's a nice product. Anyways, we're gonna drive back to my hometown, like where I live. This is my actual hometown. This is where I was born, but we're gonna head to my chosen hometown. Hello my friends, I've been doing nothing but knitting all day. This is row 70 plus 14 because of the folded edge. It's been kind of rainy, so I've been watching Twilight and that put me in a reading mood. But then I didn't know what book to pick, so I watched yet another movie, and now I think it is finally time to pick my next read, because filming and something else, book club yesterday, motivated me to actually read. I didn't film at book club at all yesterday. We were at a new location. I couldn't find the entrance right away. I was a little bit overwhelmed, and there was a completely new group. I didn't really know anybody at all except for our host, so I didn't end up filming, but it was really fun. I didn't read the book, so I guess that was just my own fault that I couldn't be part of the initial book conversation too much. But then we talked about like vampire books and stuff, and that's why I think I was watching Twilight today. Our next book is gonna be this one. Still don't know how to pronounce it, not even gonna try. I've read that I think last summer ish, or maybe in spring, I don't remember exactly, but I really like that book, and I'm really happy that we are going to discuss it, because I think this book is actually very book club friendly and like super discussable, because there's so many little things you could interpret as different things, whereas One Dark Window, even though I haven't read it, I felt that the conversation wasn't flowing that much. I felt like the discussion about the book specifically wasn't flowing that much because it was just not a super discussable book. So I'm very interested to see where our next book club meeting is gonna go. But yeah, so for today's options, I picked out a couple of different ones. And I don't really know what mood I'm in, as you can tell in a second. I have four, well, I guess two very different options. So if I just wanna start a book and finish it quickly, we could do Lost and Lassoed. This is part 3 in the Rebel Blue Ranch series. I really enjoyed the first 2 parts. I think the second one was my favorite so far. Really like this. They're quite short and like easy to read. And so maybe we could do that. Another romance could be Wild Eyes. I do have the 3rd part of that borrowed from a friend right now, and I kind of want to read this soon so I can read the 3rd part soon so I can return it to her. But also I'm not really sure if I'm in a romance mood. This one's not cowboy specifically, it's small town, and I think the male main character is a single dad. Yeah, it says a rugged mountain town seemed like the perfect escape from a life in shambles until she ran into the world's hottest single dad. Don't really know if I'm feeling that. The first book, the being a dad wasn't super obvious. I guess I'm not against it, but I'm not the biggest fan of the single dad trope. I don't really know. So we could read this, but I have a feeling it's not gonna be this one. Then I got this kind of recently, The Rebel Witch, which is the 2nd part in the Heartless Hunter series, I think. Oh no, The Crimson Moth, book 2 in the Crimson Moth duology. Oh, Heartless Hunter is the first book, but it has 2 different titles. It's Heartless Hunter and also Crimson Moth. They're the same book, they just have 2 different titles. So we could do this. This is a super easy to read fantasy book. It is YA at like 12 and above, and the font is huge. So we could do this one. It's about a witch, obviously, and then the witch hunter. And I am not even sure if there is like romance in this book. There might be, but I don't think that it's more than like a little kiss or something, which I'm not mad about. I don't really need to have spice in every single fantasy book or in every single, well, I guess romance book is kind of inevitable, but I don't need spice in every single fantasy book. But I don't know if this is the book for me today. I fear that Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn, that tandem read, has kind of put me into a reading slump. I do have those still on my shelf, but I don't want to continue reading them. And then I also have, I put it somewhere, can't see it on the shelf, The Possession of Mr. Cave, I think, by Matt Haig. The beginning of that book was kind of interesting, and I like generally love Matt Haig's writing style, but that book specifically is about a dad and his daughter, I guess. I don't really know very much else at this point because I'm only on page 40, I think. But the way that he talks about her and acts towards her and kind of, I don't know, not thinks about her, but like, yeah, I guess thinks about her, is kind of weird, and it's not really enjoyable to read for me. In my opinion, sometimes weird like inner monologue can add to a book, but in this case it's not the case. So I don't really know what to do with that. But I got that in Chicago and I really wanted to read it, and I wanted it to not complete my Matt Haig collection because I don't have all of his books yet, but I thought that it might be a little bit similar to the one with the alien. I don't remember the title right now, I'll put it here, but it's not, unfortunately, so I don't really know. We have Anathema by Carrie Lake. I love Carrie Lake's writing style, but the back text of all of this, there's just so much going on, and it's such a big book. I've read Nocticadia and Isle of Sin and Shadows by her so far. I thought there was a 4th one. Oh yeah, she also has a duology and then I think some other series. So this is the only standalone book by her that I have left, and I really want to get into this, but I also don't know if it's the right time. And I'm so frustrated with myself because I love reading, but I just can't right now, and I don't know what book is gonna get me back into my reading mood. Maybe I will just put like a random number generator or something and I'll pick one. If you read any of these books, please let me know whichever one I pick, which I should read after that one, because I think I'm gonna stick with this little TBR for now. I don't really have a set TBR. I think I finished like 2 books this year, which is not bad, but I'm used to reading more. What book is the best to get me out of a reading slump on a rainy day? Anathema by Carrie Lake, Lost in Lassoed by Lila Sage, Rebel Witch by Kristen Ciccarelli, or Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. Let's see what he says. For a rainy day, you might want something atmospheric and engaging that can pull you in quickly and keep you hooked. Based on this, here's how I break it down. Number 1, Anathema by Carrie Lake. Number 2, Lost and Lassoed. Number 3, The Rebel Witch. And number 4, Wild Eyes. Okay, so for Anathema it says, if you're in the mood for something dark, intense, and emotional, this might be the one. Yes. It's gripping with a darker, more brooding atmosphere that could match the moody feel of a rainy day. Perfect. It's a bit of a slow burn, like that, but it pulls you in with its depth. Okay, I think we have our final pick. I did not expect this to be so complicated. We obviously have a map, as we have in every fantasy world. We have 1, 2, 3, 5 continents, and we have whatever this is supposed to be. There's basically 2 different groups, I think, like ancestral lines. We have the Mortasians and the Aetherians, and the Mortasians are humans, and then there's 3 families, and then with the other ones we have 5, 6, 7 families, I guess. They're all a little bit connected. Yeah, and then there's different descriptions for all of these families or tribes. I don't really know. Well, that's interesting. So I'm not gonna read that though. I just want to get into the book. Oh, okay. So then we have a glossary. I'm also gonna skip. I'll come back to it, but it's 6 pages long. Hello. Do I have to like study for this book? Then we have glyphs, whatever. Signs, I guess. There's 5 of them. Crazy. Then we have 5 gods. Okay, I need to study for this book. What's going on? Now on page 20, we are getting started with the plot, I guess. I think I am just gonna give up reading for this week. I know this book is not boring, but it's just so boring to me right now. Like the first 2 pages, I'm like, I don't want to do this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on a comfort movie and keep on knitting. But because that's not very interesting, I think I'm gonna end this vlog here. Thanks so much for spending this weekend with me. I'll try and do more weekly or weekend vlogs in the future again. I just have been a little bit overwhelmed. But I feel like I need to get back into my normal routine anyways. So I think vlogging and kind of tracking what I do is a good way to do that. So again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon.